Show me your friends and I'll tell you why you're broke. Your friends got bad money habits. They out every weekend. They spend the money they don't have. They spend it before they get it, right? You don't want that. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Kadira, founder of Brain Girl Finance, your personal money expert. This video is on how friends really impact and influence you to be a bad money handler. And one thing I always tell people is, show me your friends and I'll be able to tell you why you're broke. Your friends can really impact you in various ways. A lot of people always say, if you want more money, get around people who are rich. I remember I went to the Newark International Film Fest, and Nate Parker, I got a chance to speak with him, the guy from The Great Debaters, and I was telling him, hey, I want to be an actor. He was like, you want to be an actor? Go to LA. That's where all the actors are. So people are always telling you, like, listen, if you want something, you have to get around that crew, that crowd. That's how you attract it. And then honestly, it's just networking, right? So outside of that, like, I just want to talk about how that relates to like just everyday life. If you want more money, you need to get around people that's getting it. That's just the bottom line. You need that inspiration. You need that drive. You need to hear it. You need to feel it every day. You need to be challenged. If you're around people who don't challenge you, then you're gonna stay broke, especially if you have bad money habits yourself. So friends really impact us and influence us in many different ways, right? So we have to realize it, acknowledge it, and get some new friends. Or the friends, the homie from the block, the homie since first grade, we're gonna have to keep a distance. And this is why studies show that a lot of people break up over money. A lot of people stop being friends over money. A lot of people get more money and they don't talk to their old friends no more. And they think, oh, you being fake, you being phony. But the reality is, if your friends don't got a growth mindset, you really can't hold on to them. You have to leave them where they are, be friends from a distance. Not saying cut them off, but be in a situation where you make new friends because you're elevating, so you need friends that elevate with you. So, number one, spending habits. Your friends can really influence how you spend your money. For example, if you have friends who's always inviting you to expensive ass places and things of that sort, it's gonna encourage you to spend money that you either don't want to spend or money that you don't have. And so, not that you can't be around friends who like luxury things, but the bottom line is you have to know when to say no. So if you're invited out to a dinner that's $150, I've been invited out to multiple dinners like this, especially those post-college days when everyone's having birthday dinners for their 22nd and 23rd birthday, and it's like, bring $150 per person. What? Like, so silly. I've been in situations where I didn't even eat $150 of food. You got people taking home to-go boxes. I don't got nothing to take home, but I had to spend $150. It's just silly. And I remember being mad at my friend, like, hey, I don't like how your friends ordered like 3-4 meals for themselves, and I had one meal and one drink, and I have to put up $150, and they have to put up $150, but they got more food. Like, I had to address my friend about this. You keep trying to do these big, lavish birthday dinners, but you ain't got no money for yourself either. You know what I mean? So you have to really get around people who are very alike. My friend now, me and her, we are very similar. When we go out, we order one drink because that is what that's what we can afford, honestly. We probably can afford more than one, but number one, we're always in a situation where we got to get ourselves home. So we don't want to get home and be intoxicated, right? I don't really drink like that, so I'll just get like one glass of wine and I'll let like 2 hours go by before I actually go home. So we're responsible women, and so we're not gonna order multiple drinks. That's not healthy for our guts anyway. So me and her are very alike. We get one drink, and if we do get a second drink, we're likely being picked up by somebody and taken home, or one of us is driving, right? And a guy bought it for us. So we are very alike. When we go out, we be like, how much you trying to spend today? We have those conversations so that we're not in a state of like, oh, my friend want to ball out, but I don't got it. Peer pressure. Peer pressure is something that people tend to associate with teenage years, but believe it or not, it applies to your adult years just as much. A lot of friends do a lot of like, especially when you're adult, it's like runs to TJ Maxx is like normal. I do that almost every week. It's crazy, right? But I can afford to do it, and I always pick up stuff that's within the budget. But a lot of people do things that are just not in your budget. So like frequently dining out, frequently vacationing, right? and they pressure you, hey girl, I'm going on this trip, hey, do you want to come, and you want to go, but you really can't afford it. So you need friends who understand you, who you are. You need to have these serious, intimate conversations and say, hey girl, no. Or get around some people who have a system. You know, every year they vacation and they invite you, and so you know to plan for that yearly trip. Now, everything's not negative. On a positive note, having friends can help you split the bill. So that's one thing I love about hanging out with people. You always want to be in a situation where you can split something and you can trust that person to show up for the half that they have to pay for, or the portion that they have to pay for. So one thing I like about having friends and hanging out with friends is splitting the bill, especially when you're in a state of growth, right? I know that like it just varies per group, but like I have two friends where when I'm out with just them, we don't split, we alter. So one person picks up the whole tab this time. When we go out again, the next person picks up the tab this time, but we don't go out a lot. We probably hang out like once or twice a year. So we're altering who picks up the bill, one person pays. But then I have other friends where it's like it's automatically cut in the middle no matter what we ate, right? So friends are good for like having to split expenses. I remember when Uber had that feature where you can split the cost of the Uber. I don't know if they still have that because I don't take Ubers much, but I love that when I used to travel with friends. So friends are helpful. It's not all negative. And socializing costs. You don't want a friend that wants to brunch every weekend. It's just not helpful to who you are if you're a person that budgets, right? You don't want a friend, oh my gosh, I run into this a whole lot. You don't want a friend who's a big tipper. I know for me, I'm not a big tipper. So I hate when I'm out with friends and they're like, I'm gonna tip 20% or I'm gonna tip $20. That's not what I can afford and that's not what I came out to do. So I'm gonna tip what I can, and if you judge me for it, then maybe we shouldn't be out like this often. I also know like back in the days, there will always be like, I have family members who will always be like, yo, let me borrow $20. You don't want friends who's always doing that either. Why do you need $20? Like seriously, why don't you have $20? You don't want friends that's always borrowing petty change and borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. You don't want friends like that. It is not healthy for you. You want friends that is on a consistent budget, that is aware of your financial situation, that can positively hang out with you and enjoy and experience things, right, without breaking the bank. You know, hey, I want to go to this football game, right? What can we do to get 2 tickets? That's not too bad. You want friends like that. I have homegirls, we talk about finances all the time, but like I said, I have this one friend right now, and I just love her because we talk about doing our own hair, doing our own nails, just a lot of things, right? And we're not ashamed of it. And when we go out, you wouldn't even know that like we're extremely conscious, like money conscious of our budgets, because we look great, right? But we talk about it before we get there. Girl, how much you trying to spend? Girl, you hungry? You getting a full meal or you getting an appetizer? Those conversations are important to have. So if you can't have those conversations with your friends, or your friends are not disciplined enough to stick to a budget or not break the bank, then maybe they aren't the friends you need to be around right now. Maybe you need to buckle down and be by yourself. And I struggle with this a lot because, like I said, on my money journey, I barely have friends. I literally had a friend who flopped on me because I couldn't find a babysitter. Like, you know what I mean? I have friends who got mad because I was like, hey girl, would love to hang out, but that's not in my budget. Legit got mad, stopped talking to me forever. Like, it is what it is. Now I have friends who understand we're adults, right? And guess what? Those friends don't have homes. Not to be mean, but those friends don't got a house. I do. Those friends don't have a car. I do. Those friends don't got money in the bank, and I do. So at the end of the day, you have to be able to be strict and know when to cut your losses. A brilliant girl always knows when to cut her losses. That's your best friend from first grade. Cool. Y'all gonna be friends still, but you ain't finna hang out with shorty like that. You ain't finna go. You'll go to her birthday stuff, you'll go to her family stuff, and that's about it. You'll talk to her regularly, but you ain't brunching with her every weekend, no ma'am. So hopefully this video helps you realize how your friends can keep you broke, and the best way to improve your finances is to improve your circle. Get the Brilliant Planner on Amazon here, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget before you leave this video. And if you want to budget better, you need to go to brilliantgirlfinance.com and download our digital worksheet. What you can do is you can use this worksheet on the go through the Google Sheets app, track your transactions, and make sure that you're on point with your budget every single month. I use it to this day, and this budget helped me save $50K. Thank you.